let's get right to the Ravens, because, James, I've been doing a lot of thinking. Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens, they are not only elite, they are playing at an elite level.
Yes, sir.
It has me thinking very simply, Joy, that this is a boom or bust, must-get-it-done year for the Ravens. I do not think it will be any easier for Lamar Jackson's Ravens in the future than it is right now. When I think about the top 10 AFC quarterbacks going into the season, 5 of them are hurt or benched. Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson, Joe Burrow, amongst others. Herbert, there it is. Herbert, that's the 5th one. Either hurt or benched, 4 of which are hurt, Russell Wilson being benched. Then you think on the flip side, Patrick Mahomes, as bad as he's ever been. Josh Allen, the Bills, they are as bad as they've been since Josh Allen has been Josh Allen. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, they got to get it done because that defense is elite. Lamar Jackson playing at an MVP level, and the path is of least resistance. It's not just about how good the Ravens are. The Ravens are really good. The path is really easy. It is a Super Bowl or bust year for Lamar Jackson in my mind. Where do you stand?
I 100% agree. When you talk about Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens this season, they are the best team in football. Lamar Jackson has them with the best record in football. He is playing at an MVP level. He will get an MVP. Everything is going right for them. Number 2, they're healthy. And you're going to get Mark Andrews back. That is one of the toughest things to do as you go through a football season, to make sure you are healthy going into the postseason and playing at a high level. This is the time. I don't want to say now or never, because Lamar Jackson is a special player, but it has to be right now. And the reason why I say that is because I was on some really good football teams. I sit here with 1 championship, playing with a lot of great players, a Hall of Fame quarterback. And when we won the Super Bowl in 2010, you couldn't tell me we was going to be sitting up here with 1. I was going to be sitting up here with 1. Knowing that you had a young Aaron Rodgers, you had a young Jordy Nelson not fighting for no contract, you had a young James Jones not in no contract, you had young Greg Jennings, you had young Jermichael Finley, you had young Randall Cobb.
Eddie Lacy.
Eddie Lacy was there. You had none of us was under contract. On the defensive side of the ball, you had Charles Woodson, Al Harris, Nick Collins, A.J. Hawk, Clay Matthews, B.J. Raji. Like, you couldn't tell me we would be sitting here with 1 championship. With that being said, it is extremely hard to win championships. So when you have an opportunity, and just like you said, touching on all those players, when you have an opportunity, knowing that Joe Burrows is not in the playoffs, knowing that Justin Herberts will not be there because he hurt, knowing there is no Russell Wilson, knowing Patty's struggling, this is your time to go get this one done, because you are healthy and playing at an extremely high level. And I hate looking forward and thinking about next year, because we never know what that's going to look like. You can have injuries. Russell Wilson could be a Steeler. Aaron Rodgers could be coming back. You don't know what's going to happen. It could be harder. The time is now for the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson to go get this championship.
Look, I like winning. I like Super Bowls. But they're hard to get to.
They are.
And they're even harder to win. You just sat here and said it. If you'd have asked you after that Super Bowl how many you would have had, we didn't see big-time superstars talk about not 1, not 2, not 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's really hard to do. So I hear you. This might be the easiest. But whoever said it was supposed to be easy? Even when it's hard, somebody makes it through. Somebody got to get there, even in years where everyone's healthy and everybody's good. We've seen it before. I can't say it's Super Bowl or bust in that Lamar Jackson and the Ravens will never have another opportunity to go to a Super Bowl. I don't think that this is Lamar Jackson's last chance.
No,
he's not 40. They're not aging out. Everybody's on the last year of their contract. Rosters look different every single year. And every single year we go into seasons predicting things and it goes wrong. Who did you have in the Super Bowl?
I had Aaron Rodgers and the Jets in the Super Bowl.
No, I'm not saying that to point out that you're wrong.
No, you're good.
Because if Aaron Rodgers had been healthy, we might be having a different conversation 100%. About who's at the top of the AFC right now. But we don't know what's going to happen in this game. I think it would be disappointing if they didn't make it to a Super Bowl this year, because they are the great team of this regular season. We know that. They beat everybody there is to beat, and the other team that we thought was great, and they smacked them around at home. So it would be disappointing. But how much of a disappointment is it for them to get to an AFC championship game? Say it goes down to the wire with, Josh Allen and the Bills. Are we going to look at this entire season as a failure? I think it will be hard for anyone to walk away saying it was a failure. Was it disappointing? I think there's differences in those words.
Yeah, I'm with Joy right there. I mean, to say Super Bowl or bust, that's tough for me, because it's so hard to win Super Bowls on one part. And the second thing is, like, this is a kind of a young team. You look at offensively, a new offensive coordinator, right, that's coming here. I didn't know that offense would look like this. I knew Lamar Jackson would be a really good player, but not like this, right? Then you look at his wide receiver core. Odell Beckham, we're not sure what's going to happen to him next year because he's on a one-year deal. Right, but all the other dudes, they all are young. Yeah. Bateman's young. Yeah. The best wide receiver, Zay Flowers, he's young. Yeah. So they always have a chance to be in the playoffs because that's what Lamar does. Since Lamar has been healthy, he's always in the playoffs. And I don't go by all the seeding, right? It's cool to get seeding as far as getting a bye, right, or maybe facing a lesser opponent. But just getting there, you have a chance. Y'all was a team that was on the road for all y'all wins, right? Sure. When you Super Bowl run in 2010. No, so it always matters to me is just get there. And Lamar Jackson will always have a chance to get there. He's 27 years old. That's what he does. So to say a bust is wild. I think Lamar just has a chance to get there every year like he does.
I think he has a chance. But me being on the outside, I'm always thinking about what's your best chance? What's your best chance? I had to have a real conversation with myself. The first Emmy I won, I was honest. I said, this is going to be as easy as it's going to get, Acho. Because I was up for breakthrough emerging talent, which means I'm up against other young talent. And if I ain't better than these young talent, how in God's name am I going to win it versus these old talent? So I had a real conversation with myself like, yo, Shady, this is about as easy as it's going to get. My homeboy Toby was up for a Grammy. I'm thinking to myself, God, I hope he wins. Because he's up for breakthrough emerging talent. Eventually, he's going to be up against Drake.
Yeah.
And up against 2 Chainz. And up against Kanye. And up against, like... It's your easiest chance. Not to say you can't win one, but this is your easiest chance. Lamar is incredibly talented. We all agree with that. Joy agree with you. James agree with you. Shady agree with you. But it's not just about Lamar's talent. To me, it's about the fact that Joe Burrow is disqualified from winning this year. He's not playing. Justin Herbert is disqualified from winning this year. He's not playing. Deshaun Watson is disqualified from winning this year. He's not playing. It won't get easier. And I'm thinking, if you don't win it this year, sure, you can win it again, but it ain't going to get no easier for you.
So, out of all the quarterbacks you just named, first of all, Lamar wins more than all them quarterbacks.
In the regular season, yes.
Right, so he has a chance to get there for one. The second thing is, dudes you're talking about, who said they going to win championships? Who said they going to go to the championship game?
I'm not saying they are.
Joe Burrow's the only one that we can put in like, yo, this dude has a chance to go there.
Yep.
The other guys? I mean, if Lamar Jackson is in a tough boat to win something, they got to be in a tougher boat.
I'm saying they might just keep him from getting there. I'm not saying they will win. I'm just talking about the path of resistance is easier without Herbert.
In the AFC.
Exactly.
So I'm going to leave Herbert out of it. He hasn't shown me nothing to even put his name with Lamar Jackson as far as playoff wins or just playoff in general. He hasn't earned that yet, right?
Sure.
Let's put him to the side. Boop.
But wait, what are you putting him to the side for?
Because you said they can kind of stop him.
Yes.
He hasn't stopped him out yet. But he had a 30-point advantage.
You're better off.
Okay,
he'll give you more resistance than C.J. Beathard.
I don't know that.
Okay.
We were saying it because of the talent, right? But when we get over there, we seen it. Right. You up 30-something, homie. Playoffs. And you can't win that. So I can't. I know he's talented. I know he got the great hair. You know what I mean? He's like Hulk Hogan or Brett Michaels with football. I get it. I get that. We got to see some results.
Sure.
So Deshaun Watson, your team look better without you than with you. So let's put them. Mahomes, they look tough right now. They're having a little up and down. But we do think that that's the team that can stop Lamar Jackson.
No question.
Josh Allen, right?
It's the team can stop.
That's it to me. So them 3 teams right there, the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Bengals.
Yeah.
Right? Those are the teams that can stop Lamar Jackson. But then again, Josh been stopped a lot of times. So especially when you want to look at Lamar, it's like it's the same thing with everybody else. Yeah. Only thing I can say is Joe Burrow, and I'm going to go Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. But for me, I'm looking at the team.
Oh, look at the team.
I'm sure you can agree with me on this, Shady. It's teams that you looking like in that Philadelphia locker room like, ooh, we like that. And the results wasn't on the field, but you like, dang, this team good. And it might be some other teams you're like, we wasn't that talented, but we went far. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so for me, when I look at the team, I'm like, bruh, it ain't even really got to be all Lamar. The way this team is built right now and how wounded the AFC is and the team that you have, and I know you're a big reason around it, but this team is built and healthy at the right time, and if some of these dudes over here hurt, I do think this is the easy path. I will never say Lamar ain't going to come in this thing and win another one because he's too talented for that. Yeah. But when you talk about right now, an easy road to get there, knowing it's Patty's struggling and these dudes ain't there, and the team you got, this is the time. I don't care. This is the time right now for Lamar and the Baltimore Ravens.
Wait. Is that because of Are y'all guys saying it because everybody else?
Yes.
Okay,
And how good,
I could go with that.
I'm going everybody else, Joy, and I'm also going the fortune of the Ravens this year. I said about the Eagles last year, I said I hope the Eagles win the Super Bowl this year because it's not getting no easier. Yeah. The Eagles were healthy last year, healthier than everybody else. Offensive line, everybody started 16 or 17 games. I think Lane may have started 15. Running back Miles Sanders, I think he started 15 to 16. Jalen Hurts, he was healthy for 14, 15 of them joints. A.J. Brown didn't miss a game. I don't think Devontae Smith missed a game. Last year, I don't think Dallas Goedert missed a game. Defensively, healthy. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, he got hurt, but he came back. Meanwhile, in the rest of the NFC, Aaron Rodgers, he was down. Dak Prescott, he had a thumb. Brock Purdy, he was his first year as a starter halfway through the season. Jimmy G was hurt, Trey Lance was hurt. I'm like, Eagles, this is your chance. And now, we're looking a year later, and it doesn't look like it's going to be easier for the Eagles. And if you look at the Eagles roster construction, it's not getting any easier for the Eagles going forward. I'm not saying they can't win again. Of course, anything can happen in life. I could go win the lottery right now if I stop at a Texaco and get some lotto tickets. But it was the Eagles' easiest chance. I think, Joy, it's the Ravens' easiest chance.
But we can make this argument for almost every Super Bowl run there's ever been. There's always breaks when you get into the postseason. There's always breaks throughout the season. Things happen that you didn't expect. You can make this argument about the Cincinnati Bengals. Dang, Bengals should have won the Super Bowl when they were there because they might not never get back. They went back to the AFC Championship game, and now everybody's injured. And they're not involved in it this year. We're not saying this about Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
But we are.
So they're never going to be able to have another opportunity to get to the Super Bowl?
I don't like the word never, because the person who speaks in absolutes is an absolute liar.
Bust is implying that.
Bust is implying this season, or like, think about with Burrow, I don't feel great because T. Higgins is now about to be gone.
Here's the thing. We're asking about Lamar Jackson, right? The Ravens organizations live on, right? They go to different quarterbacks. They have different teams. They have different eras. Okay, so we're talking about specifically the quarterback in this situation. I think Joe Burrow will have another opportunity to get to a Super Bowl. I feel confident about that. Just like I feel confident, even if Lamar Jackson doesn't win the Super Bowl this year, they'll have another opportunity to do that. And I can go down the line with anybody who is young and has a high level of talent. Lots of things change throughout the season. I hear what you're saying about the Eagles last year. But I can make that same argument for Joe Burrow and the Bengals last year. And you can make that same argument for the Niners this year.
I agree.
Because next year, the NFC will look different.
And
the
I agree.
entire conference is going to look different.
I agree. That's the argument I'm making. It's not, this to me is not unique to the Ravens. I think if you were to go back, you go back to your Miami Dolphins in the mid-1980s, you would have been like, man, Dan Marino gonna go back. Of course he's young. Second year, Marino going back. Never went back again. Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers? Of course he's gonna go back. It's Phillip Rivers. Never went back again. Mike Vick, conference championship game his third year. Vick, #1 overall pick, he gonna go back. Never went back again. Cam Newton, 5th year, NFL MVP. Of course they going back. Luke Kuechly there, Thomas Davis there. Of course they never went back again. To your point, your boy Aaron Rodgers, 2010, we gotta go back. Yeah. So I'm with you, Joy. To me, this is not living in a silo. I would say the same thing about the Niners next year. When it's time to pay Purdy, I would say the same thing. Because Ayuk, he might not be around much longer. Dre Greenlaw, he gonna want to get paid like Fred getting paid. This isn't unique in my mind.
Oh, he want to get paid like Fred?
He gonna.
I don't think he's asking for that.
Not yet.
Oh, he's an honest man. You know what? But I gotta take you back a little bit because just having a chance is what you play for.
That's
right. You know, I mean, I get it. Everyone say Super Bowl on 3, right? That's not realistic.
Not at all.
Having a chance is realistic. And if you look at the Ravens, their defense is going to be the same, right? You talked about who may leave this year?
Patrick Queen.
I think he's a hell of a player, right? But one thing about the Ravens, they're going to keep a good defense. Yo, you might leave, you might stay. Ray Lewis might retire. Yo, we going to keep a good defense. That's what they do. So on the defensive side of the ball, they always going to be good. That's their DNA. That's who they are. On offense, you got this MVP quarterback. That's who he is. And then now they get some players around him on the offense as skill players. So they always have a chance. That's the only thing I'm trying to tell you is like, listen, I get what you're saying and I hear you, right? And the same thing you worried about the Ravens, we all worried about the Bengals because Joe Burrow got his paper, but T. Higgins might not get his paper there, right? Chase got to get paid, right? Oh, wait. Oh, Mixon, Joe Mixon, is he going to stay?
Just took another paper.
You get what I'm saying? So as much as we talk about the Ravens, it's their year to get it. I don't know because next year might be the year to get it too.
Let me ask you this. Let's focus real quick on the two teams you mentioned. Shady, you mentioned the Bills and you mentioned the Chiefs.
Yeah.
At a minimum, let's not talk about Burrow. Let's not talk about Trevor Lawrence. Cool. Let's not talk about Tua. Let's not talk about Deshaun. Nobody else. Let's just talk about the Bills and the Chiefs. At a minimum, this is as bad as we have seen them. in a mighty long time. Bills fired their offensive coordinator middle of the season. The Chiefs, as bad as they've looked, you know better than anybody, they plan on rebounding. So even if we just focus on Lamar Jackson's two biggest competitors, just these two, I would say this is your best chance. You got a better defense than the Chiefs, and you're playing better at quarterback than those two.
So, Joy, let's dissect it.
Let's do it.
These two. Let's go to the Chiefs first. That's my favorite team. I love the Chiefs. I love Andy Reid. Patrick Mahomes is going to be Patrick Mahomes, right? Travis Kelce, I think he'll be a lot better next year, right? I don't think it's no distraction. I just think it's just he's having one of them years. We all have been there, right? But if you look at the offense, right? Hopefully, them young boys will play better next year.
Oh, it's going to be a veteran in there.
I mean, that's what we think. I don't know. We don't know that, though. Like, MVS, I'm surprised he's still playing.
Yeah.
He might not be there next year. He might still be there. We don't know that. But on the defensive side, what's they playing the best at? Right now, the Chiefs' defense is the real deal right now. Ladarius Sneed, I think he's a top 3 corner right now today. I don't care what nobody say.
Like that.
Will he be there next year?
Is he ever
Chris Jones, though. Hold up. He got to get paid. Yeah. Don't forget he had the holdout. Did you forget that? Yeah, all right, look, we doing this playoff thing. It's cool. I'm with y'all. Soon the game's over, I need my money. Can they pay him? So when we ask these questions about the Ravens, we got to ask the same thing to the other teams because now the Chiefs are in a money situation. Yeah. They can't go out there and get no superstar wide receiver. Can't go out there and get another D tackle like Chris Jones. The Bills, how we know they're going to come back strong? They had a lot of injuries, right? Von Miller still is not back from his injury, right? You got
Matt Milano, Tre'Davious.
I forgot about Matt Milano. Yeah. I was about to say Tre'Davious White. He's coming back from another injury. We don't know how he's gonna come back. Might take some time. And then Milano, he might take some. So you don't know what's gonna happen.
But here's what we know. Here's what we do know.
What we know.
They're all gone now. Next year they might be back. But the point I am making that I hope the whole world hears is they're all gone now.
That's a good point.
Burrow might not come back the same, but he gone now. Herbert might not come back the same, but he gone now. Matt Milano might not come back the same, but he's gone now. Ain't nobody in the house. Security system's off. Cameras is offline. Don't rob them right now.
It's the best time.
And I'm with you on that, too.
Great point, though.
But I don't care if they here.
Right.
I don't care if Joe Burrow and them boys is here right now. The best team and the best player in football is in Baltimore.
You care. Oh, you do care, though.
You're sitting with the number one.
You do care, though.
A little bit. But you sitting with the number 1 seed. I've been in the locker room sitting with the number 1 seed like, dub. Like, I'm looking at this right now. As the playoff picture sits right now, and this is why I say it's now or never for Lamar, because I'm looking at this. So, Lamar bye week, first round, right? Josh Allen, as it sits right now, plays Patty. One of them got to go.
That's true.
One of them go.
Everybody
so now Lamar's sitting up there like, cool, Josh gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now I only got to worry about a struggling Patty coming into Baltimore.
That's a good point.
And my team is healthy.
But see,
that's a great point.
But see, and Joy, this is why this is my last thought on it, and I'm gonna stop down here. I'm using a lot of casino references because I went to casino for the first time in 5 years this past weekend. Using a lot of casino references. What I learned 2-5 playing blackjack is very, very simple. It's not really about your hand.
No.
It's about their hand. Yeah. I have plenty of 20s this weekend on the blackjack table.
Push.
And plenty of pushes, and the dealer had plenty of blackjacks. It's not about your hand.
Oh, it's time to get
It's about their hand. We have seen the Ravens have a 14-2 hand before. We've seen Lamar Jackson have a unanimous MVP hand before. We've seen these things happen. Now, let's not act like this is the best team Lamar Jackson's had as it pertains to record against the field. Let's not act like this is the best season Lamar Jackson's had. We've seen a 14-2 hand before. What was the dealer showing? The dealer right now is not showing Joe Burrow. They not showing Aaron Rodgers. They not showing Deshaun Watson. They not showing a great Patrick Mahomes. What's the dealer showing? I don't care about the Ravens' hand as much.
Yeah, true that.
What's the dealer showing? To me, the dealer's showing a 6. The dealer's showing Jake Browning. They showing Gardner Minshew. The dealer's showing Joe Flacco.
And we got an ace. Joy, you know what, Joy?
Lawrence, the dealer.
I was with Joy. You my dog, though. I'm flipping.
What you gotta do?
I'm doubling down. Hey, babe, I get somebody real quick. Put this thing down.
You gotta double down because you at the crib too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I hear you.
Still my dog.
I hear you.
You look good
But
in that blue. I'm going.
if you lose, you still got money
And you could win again.
to play with next year.
You could win again.
You're not going broke.
I got markers. I got big markers.
You could win
saying?
again. You could win again.
I don't know how much money he just said. I'm all.
You ain't all in, so you don't have no money.
I'm back on her side.
But you
But
just
some
put
of us
all
still
your
got some
money in.
money.
You ain't got too much money left.
That's
Jay.
all I'm saying. I hear you. It is extremely hard to get to Super Bowls. It is even harder to win them. We have a lot of legendary players who have only been to one, who have only won one. I hear you. I just think it's not the road is not over for Lamar Jackson in his career. If they don't win it this year, it's obviously maybe the easiest.
Yep.
But things happen every single year.
But it's
I'm just saying, as long as Lamar Jackson is playing at the level that he's been playing his entire career, I feel good about my chances.
And I agree.
with that too.
But it's going to be plenty of more years that Lamar's in this playoffs, and we're going to be looking at these teams like, dang, he could lose. He could lose.
And every year that we have those good teams in the playoffs,
We ain't
only
looking-
one makes it to the Super Bowl.
We ain't looking
So,
at that.
let me ask y'all two this. So let's say Lamar Jackson does win this Super Bowl, right?
Yeah. Good for him. Praise God.
Are you guys gonna put that star next to it? right? Now, because I know how y'all get down.
He likes to circle.
Especially the one next to me. He's an instigator. I know y'all don't think he is. That smile and all that, but man, this dude right is an instigator. Anyway, are you putting a star behind that? I mean, who did he play?
No.
We was just in the meeting room, right? And you was like,
Star?
he had a bye week.
Man,
You win
listen.
one game, you in the AFC Championship game.
Because
I don't care who there. It ain't no star. Super Bowl
Okay.
champion,
All right,
MVP,
okay.
But here's-
Lamar Action Jackson.
here's the truth.
I'm on that pace,
Here's
too.
the truth. Because some people will. So some people will on February 14th, 15th, and 16th. But what I know is this: in 2 years, in 5 years, in 10 years, don't matter. People put stars next to the bubble championship for the Lakers.
listen.
Hey, man.
So
come
wait,
on.
so
I don't want
right
to hear
now-
nothing about no stars. Hold on. Sorry,
No, you
James.
good, you good.
Okay, you got the formidable 49ers. Okay, so it don't matter who play quarterback for them because we always got to hear about that. You got Dak Prescott healthy. Jalen Hurts is playing, even if we'll say he's healthy. He's playing. He's healthy. Patrick Mahomes is still playing, correct? Down or not, you playing.
Yeah.
Tua is healthy. Josh Allen is playing. That's a lot of people you got to go through. Matthew Stafford won a Super Bowl a few years ago. He's playing.
Yeah.
So where's the star at?
I don't care if
I said the star because if you heard everything they keep saying,
No.
Burrow's not out there.
here.
No.
Right. So and they got a good point. All I'm saying is that when you maybe 2 days or a week after the Super Bowl, right? When we look at who played who, we're gonna be like, yo, man, no, how y'all get down?
Hey.
I mean, Lamar beat bad.
Mama always said,
Okay,
you can say whatever you want to say about me, but you got to call me a champ.
Okay, so
That's it.
I'm with that. I just want to know what y'all gonna say.
That's
I'm with
it.
that.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.